Good morning. This is Chloe Dawn sitting in with Giovanni Gallucci and Rachel Donovan, and this is the Daily Trend Report.
Morning, Chloe.
Morning, both. I drove in from past Valentine with the windows down. 40 miles of nothing and one jackrabbit. Cleared my head right out.
That's more nature than I've had all week. I've been editing in a parking garage with my sunglasses on like it's a personality.
It is a personality. All right, today, Clean Label, where beef tallow got named the trend of the year. Outdoor, where gorpcore finally calmed down. And content, where Instagram quietly handed your profile back to you. Chloe, take us in.
So for 10 years, Clean Label meant taking things out. Less sugar, less dye, less of whatever the label readers were mad about that quarter. Gemini and Claude both circled the flip this morning. People stopped asking what you took out. They want to know what you put back in.
And what they want back is beef tallow, of all things.
Beef tallow. Search is up 267% year over year, almost 2 million a month. Whole Foods named it the trend of the year. Seed oil-free snacks grew 9% in the natural channel, while the seed oil ones fell 4%. That's not a forum fight anymore. That's the register.
Funny how the future of food keeps turning out to be what my grandmother kept in a coffee can by the stove.
That's the whole story. It's an addition story, not a subtraction one. Tallow, grass-fed fat, egg yolks, stuff a great-grandparent would recognize. Masa runs through 100,000 pounds of tallow a month and moves 400,000 bags of chips doing it. Real Good Foods, Kettle and Fire, a bar brand called Prima with 10 ingredients and no seed oils. All independents, all moving the same way in the same window.
When that many small brands turn the same direction at once, that's not a fad. That's a category forming.
And the shape of the category matters. The middle's gone. It's a barbell now. Premium, clean stuff on one end, private label value on the other, and the bland, mid-priced brand in between is just disappearing off the shelf.
So a recognizable fat on the front of the box is one way a small brand climbs onto the premium end without spending a fortune to do it.
Let me push on the part most brands will fumble. They're going to slap a no seed oils banner on the front and call it strategy.
And it'll read as fear. This shopper reads labels for sport. Sell them the scare instead of the swap and they catch it, then they screenshot it. You say, made with grass-fed tallow, and you let them draw their own conclusion.
There's a cost behind the swap too, the part nobody puts on the carousel.
Right. Tallow runs 3 to 5 times the price of seed oil, and supply's tight enough it jumped 40% in a year as everybody piles in. So it's not free. It's a margin decision and a supply bet. The brands moving first are locking up the tallow while the big guys are still in a meeting about it.
And the big guys will get there. They'll buy a heritage-sounding label and clone the front of the pack. The one thing they can't clone is the founder who's actually rendering the fat and putting her name on it.
That's the whole opening for a small brand. Trust you can't buy and they can't copy.
3 things you can actually do today. 1. Audit your ingredient deck for one recognizable thing worth bragging about, and move it to the front of the pack in plain English.
2. Flip the reformulation from subtraction to addition, not removed seed oils, made with grass-fed tallow.
3. If you're making the swap, call your supplier this week and lock volume, because the tallow goes to whoever moves first, not whoever decides first. So gorpcore, the trail mix joke that turned into a billion-view aesthetic. Copilot put it at 1.2 billion views on TikTok, and the read this week is that it finally quieted down.
Quieted down how?
2 years ago, it was the loudest rescue shell you could find. Safety orange, worn to brunch like a costume. Now it's organic cotton under a structured jacket. Trail runners with straight denim. Neutral colors. The technical part went under the surface. Algae-based insulation. Recycled shells, a solar pocket doing quiet work nobody's bragging about.
So the look got calmer, and the function stayed put.
That's the whole thing. And the brands winning aren't the loud ones. Solomon, Hoka, Arc'teryx, Patagonia, Carhartt Whip. What they share isn't a color, it's credibility. It reads as real outdoor gear that happens to look good in town, not town clothes playing dress up.
Here's where I'd be careful. A lot of brands will read gorpcore went mainstream and rush a fashion line they can't back up.
And the shopper smells it. This crowd can tell a jacket that's been on a wet trail from one that's only been on a mood board. If you don't have the miles, don't fake the miles. Sell the overlap you actually own.
Eddie does this on our side. He shoots the same jacket on the trail and on the sidewalk, same fit, and lets the two reads carry the post.
That's the move. The same piece that handles a muddy trail and reads clean on a coffee run is both the product and the content. You stop selling the summit and start selling the overlap.
And the materials are part of the pitch now, not the small print.
Big part. The recycled fabric, the bio-based insulation, the parts you can actually repair. The customer who's downsizing from a six-figure rig to a simple setup is the same person who wants to buy once and buy well. A jacket you can fix instead of replace earns a story, and stories are what travel in this category.
It rhymes with the food side. Fewer, better, and you can read the label.
Same buyer, honestly. American made means somebody's name is on it. Buy it for life beats buy it twice. The brand that quietly makes a good thing and lets a real person wear it is going to outrun the one shouting a spec sheet.
And there's a tailwind under all of it. More first-timers are coming outside than have in years, and they don't want a 40-piece research project. They want one good layer that works on the trail and in town. Be the brand that makes that easy.
3 moves before we move on.
1. Shoot your hero piece twice, once on the trail and once on the street, and post the overlap, not the summit.
2. Put the material story on the front. Recycled, repairable, where it's made. That's the buying reason now, not the fine print.
3. If you don't have real outdoor credibility, partner with someone who does instead of cosplaying it. The audience can always tell. Grok flagged the one I'd actually go do something about today. Meta confirmed it June 8th. You can finally reorder your Instagram grid. Long press a post, drag it where you want. Your profile's a storefront again.
It sounds like a cosmetic tweak.
It sounds like nothing. It isn't nothing. Think about the last time you heard about somebody. You caught one reel or a comment they left, and the very next thing you did was tap their name and look at the grid. Those first 9 tiles are the first impression. For 10 years you couldn't control them. Newest on top, your best work buried under last Tuesday.
So now the grid works like a homepage.
Exactly like a homepage. Top row is your headline, who you are. Middle row is your evidence, the work you actually do. Bottom visible row is your proof, other people saying you're good. Same logic as a landing page, on a surface that pulls more traffic than most brand websites ever will.
And it matters more now because of where reach comes from. The follow graph's basically dead. Most of what people see is from accounts they never followed.
That's the part to sit with. AI is driving better than 80% of what lands in a feed, and more than half of it comes from strangers. So a cold visitor who finally taps your name is precious because the algorithm sent them, not your follower list. You get one look. The grid decides if they stay.
And it takes the pressure off every single post.
That's the quiet win. Post freely, experiment, the curated grid holds underneath. And this lands in the middle of a whole wave of the same idea. Built-in teleprompter, trial reels, carousels beating reels by 12%, founder accounts outrunning the company page. Instagram's rewarding intention over volume.
Same reason a DM share is worth 3 to 5 likes now. The platform wants the thing one person sends to one friend, not the thing 1,000 people tap and forget.
Right, and your grid is what that one friend lands on when they go check you out. Curate the destination, not just the post.
Which is the small operator's whole advantage. Big brands post a lot. They don't curate.
Small brands win with specificity. Big brands lose with generality. The grid reorder is 15 minutes of work for a first impression thousands of strangers will see. There are very few moves in organic social with that kind of return. 3 things from this one. 1. Block 15 minutes this week and audit your top 9 like a stranger landing cold. Would they get what you do in 5 seconds?
2. Build the rows on purpose. Headline up top, evidence in the middle, proof on the bottom, then reorder to match.
3. Stop sweating every post. Curate the grid once, Then go experiment. The window stays clean underneath.
That's the show. If you run an outdoor brand or a clean label line and you want a content operation that does this, that's the work I do at gallucci.net. Organic social strategy and content built to earn its own reach instead of buying it. Same pipeline that makes this episode. If that's the help you need, find me at gallucci.net or DM at gallucci.net on Instagram or LinkedIn.
Talk tomorrow.